I have tried so many different AI tools over the past year. ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Manus. I've even got a folder on my computer specifically called AI tools, which is categorized into different things. AI chatbots, image generators, video generators. Basically, I've used a lot of different AI tools.
Wow.
But if I'm being honest, most of them I've only used once or twice. Some I've stuck with for a few weeks, but most of the ones I've tried, I ended up never using again. And here's the thing, I have ADHD. I actually only found this out last year at the age of 30, which was kind of crazy. So every single time a new AI tool drops, there's a very specific thing that happens in my brain. It's not curiosity or genuine interest. It's just this really specific feeling that every new AI tool is the one that's going to fix everything for me. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why ADHD brains are specifically bad at picking AI tools, and more importantly, what to actually do instead. If you're also an ADHD creator who is completely overwhelmed by all the different AI tools out there, I've put together a free AI toolkit for you. It's got ADHD friendly prompts and workflows, so you can get started without needing 10 different AI tools to do it. Completely free, links down below. All right, so let me start with why this actually happens, because once you understand the pattern, it's a lot harder to fall for it. ADHD brains have a very well documented relationship with novelty. When you encounter something new, a new tool, a new app, a new idea, your dopamine system lights up. But the dopamine hit comes at the moment of discovery, not at the moment of mastery, not when you've actually got good at using the thing, at the moment when you find out it actually exists. Which means downloading a new AI tool feels exactly like doing the work. It has the same emotional weight, the same sense of progress. Your brain basically registers, I have solved the problem, before you've even opened the tool and tried using it.
Done.
And then there's the working memory side of it, because people with ADHD, we're not great at holding a mental model of something over time, right? So every time we sit down to use a new AI tool we've only opened once or twice, it feels like starting from scratch. And that friction is the exact moment when something new appears in our feed and our brain goes, maybe that tool will be easier to use. It won't be, it will just be new, and the whole cycle starts again.
Oh boy, here we go again.
And I haven't even talked about the financial and the mental costs, so let's dive into that. The financial side of this is pretty obvious, right? 10, 15, 20 pounds a month for each AI tool adds up a lot faster than you might think. If you're paying for 5 different AI tools that you don't actually use properly, that's potentially £100 a month on subscriptions that aren't actually doing anything for you.
Shut up and take my money.
But the bigger cost, and this is the one nobody really talks about, is the mental load, because every tool you're subscribed to is basically a new tab in your brain. Every time you sit down to work, there's this background noise going, should I be using ChatGPT for this? Should I be using Perplexity for the research? I haven't tried Gemini in a few weeks. Should I go back to using that? And if you have ADHD, where decision fatigue hits you harder than it does for most people, that constant decision making is genuinely exhausting. And then there's the hidden costs that people never take into account. None of the AI tools ever get good because you never use any of them for long enough to get good. You get generic, unhelpful responses, and then you think, AI isn't really that useful. And then you try a new tool and that cycle just continues. But it's not that the tools aren't good enough. It's that you haven't used them for long enough for them to become useful to you.
Useless.
So let me tell you what happened when I stopped doing this. This was a few weeks ago, Bank Holiday Monday, super busy morning. Charlie was finally having his afternoon nap. I had about an hour to myself, and if you've got a toddler, you'll know that this does not happen very often, right? So I sat down at this desk right here. I put on my ADHD focus music, and instead of doing literally anything useful with that hour, I sat there convincing myself I needed to rebuild my entire content system to use Claude CoWork before I could film my next few videos.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
I'd seen loads of videos about Claude CoWork. Everyone was talking about it. And then I got hit with that familiar feeling. My current system suddenly did not feel good enough. I needed to upgrade everything right now before I can make any more content. And if you have ADHD, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not that you're unhappy with the tools that you're already using. It's just that your brain is looking for a reason to do the interesting new thing instead of the necessary thing. And I almost fell for it again, but this time, instead of just starting to rebuild, I did something I've been trying to train myself to do more. I asked Claude if I actually needed to. I typed it out. I asked, is my current content creation system the best it can be right now? Or do I genuinely need to upgrade to Claude CoWork to basically have a better setup? And it told me exactly what I needed to hear, right? It said, I'm already at about 80% of what CoWork could realistically do for me. My current setup is working fine. Stop getting distracted. Just make the videos. My own AI tool talked me out of that shiny object syndrome spiral. And here's what I did with the rest of that hour. I started working on my next 3 YouTube videos.
You did it!
That's the thing you lose when you're constantly chasing the next AI tool. It's not just money, it's time and it's focus. And for people with ADHD who already have enough on their plate, that cost is a lot higher than it looks. So what actually happens when you pick one AI tool and just stick with it? Let me show you. So I've got 8 Claude projects set up as of right now. 1 for content, 1 for fitness, 1 for family days out, 1 for journaling, 1 that helps me and Kaylee decide what to watch on TV. Yes, that's a real project I've set up. 1 for parenting, 1 for learning, 1 for money stuff. But here's the thing. I did not build those in a week. I built them gradually over months by staying with one AI tool for long enough to actually understand what it could do for me. And here's what this actually looks like in practice. When I open up my Creator Compass project now, Claude already knows who I am. It knows my channel, my audience, my tone of voice, my goals. I don't have to re-explain myself every time. I don't have to start from scratch. I just open up the project and I pick up from where I left off. For someone with ADHD, where context switching and rebuilding that mental state is one of the biggest daily challenges, that is genuinely quite life-changing. The first few weeks felt a little bit slower because there were moments when I missed certain features from other AI tools. I still had that urge to try 10 other AI tools, right? But then something changed. My prompts got better, my results got better. I stopped wondering which tool to use because there was only one answer. I was just using Claude, and the mental noise of all the other AI tools out there eventually went quiet. You cannot get that from hopping from one AI tool to the next. You can only get it by sticking with one for long enough to start seeing results. Now, I know that was a lot of information, so let me summarize everything into 3 things to start doing today. The first one, choose one AI tool and commit to using it every single day for 90 days. 3 months, that's it. Not forever, just long enough to actually get good at using it. During those 90 days, don't sign up for anything new. Don't even look at anything new. And if you're not sure which AI tool to pick, just go with Claude. It's honestly the best AI tool I've used so far, but that's just my opinion.
I have been chosen.
But honestly, the specific AI tool matters a lot less than the commitment to just sticking with it. The second one, build a system, not just a habit of using it. A habit looks like I open up Claude and I ask it a random question. A system is Claude already knows who I am, what I'm building, and what kind of help I need before I type out a single word. Start with one project, give it all the context it needs, tell it everything it needs to know about you and your goals, and treat every session like it's building on from the last one. And the third one, and this is probably the most important one, when you feel the urge to try a new AI tool, write it down and wait for 7 days. If you still want to try it after 7 days, that's fine, give it a try. But 9 times out of 10, the urge will disappear because the dopamine hit comes from the discovery of the tool, not from actually using it. You don't actually need it, you just needed to notice it, if that makes sense. And I want to leave you with one bigger thought here, because I think this one matters more than the AI tools conversation itself. Shiny object syndrome with ADHD isn't a discipline problem. It's not a willpower problem. It's the way your brain is literally wired to respond to novelty, right?
I like it because it's shiny.
And in a world where new AI tools come out every single day, each one promising to be the one that finally fixes everything, it is genuinely one of the hardest things to deal with. But here's what I've learned. The creators who actually build something real on YouTube, they're not the ones with the best AI tools. They're the ones who mastered one set of tools well enough to stop thinking about them. Because when you stop thinking about the tools, you start thinking about the content. And the content is the thing that matters. It's the thing that helps you build a connection with your audience. And it's the thing that helps you grow on both a personal level and as a creator. You don't need 40 different AI tools. You just need one system that actually works. And the only way to build that system is to stick with something for long enough. And if you want a head start on building that system, I've actually just opened up spots for my first ever coaching program. The ADHD Action Accelerator is basically a 4-week coaching program where I help you build your own AI powered content system to post videos more consistently on YouTube. Links down below if you're interested, but honestly, no pressure. And if you want to see what the one system setup actually looks like in practice, how I replaced 5 AI tools with just one Claude setup, then check out this video next.